Okay, hello, my friend. Hopefully that you are doing great. So in this lesson, it will be a very important lesson because in this lesson, I want to say to you how do you Maven to create a new automation test script. It's and before we hand on to create a new project based on Maven, I just want to try to share with you what is Maven. Okay, so I'm not going to share in detail in many aspects about Maven because you can search on the internet or go to the homepage, Maven homepage that you can see here, and then you can read all of the introduction, all of the stuff. I just want to make sure that you understand why do we need to use Maven in automation tests. Okay, so here, the first thing that I want to use Maven to manage dependency in our test script. So if you go back here in our source code here, you can see that what we did before, basically we download all the jar file dependency that we need from third party. So just ignore the rest lies here, okay? Just because I'm missing some of them because I have just, I have just deleted all of them. So you probably don't see it anymore. So that's why we have some red line here. Just ignore it. So before what we did, we just basically download all the jar file and then try to add a module in our test automation test project. But this way, it will be not good for two reasons. The first reason, if you try to embed all of the jar file here, it will make your source code is heavy, it will be bigger, and then you cannot ship your source code to another environment or another machine easily to test the product. That will be the first reason. Okay. The second thing that you can see that we are using the third party in our automation test. So that means when we want to downgrade, upgrade, something like that, the version of the third party will be not flexible for us. So there are the reason that we want to manage dependency automatically. So that means what we want to do that we try to declare the version of the third party, the dependency, and after that Maven will help us to download the dependency when we run our test script. So that means we don't need to download manually the jar file dependency and then try to install in our source code anymore. This is the first reason that we want to use Maven in our automation test. Okay. The second reason is that we need to use the Maven as a build tool. So basically, when the Java project run, it needs to build and then it run the project. And besides, the automation test at the end is will try to support for the release. So that means you have your application source code. After that, you try to run, and before run, you try to build, and then you try to run the test to make sure everything is okay before you release, right? So that means we need to use a build tool, and Maven is one of the build tools around, and it's very famous and easy to use. So we use it for two purposes. Okay, the first purpose is to manage the dependency. The second one is that we need to use it as a build tool. So Maven is not the only one tool to do something like that, but just because it's common and basically it's easy to use. So I just suggest you to use Maven with automation test with Selenium. Okay. So now, how can we set up the Maven, the environment related to the Maven and create a new one? So first step, if you see on the left side here, you click on the download button. It's not a button, a hyperlink or something like that. So if you scroll down here, and by the way, sorry for any background noise around. Okay, so hopefully that you can hear my voice clearly. So if you scroll down, you don't need to download the source file. Okay, what you need to download is binary archive, and in this is the one that we want to download. Okay, just hit the download here, the hyperlink here, and after you download, just try to extract it. So after you extract it, you will have a folder. But after that, just my suggestion, you need to copy this extracted folder to another location. For example, you can put it in the source code. you can put it in, library or something like that, but not in the downloads folder. You know why? It's because by mistake you can delete it. Okay, that is the reason. So just try to not put it in the download folder. Okay. So after that, if you expand, you can see this is the bin folder, and it's very important because actually we need to now what is the location of the bin folder. Okay, so you need to make sure you grab it. Now the very important step that you need to set up. I already did it here. So you need to set up the Maven home in your path. Okay, let me try to print out what I have here. So I'm using the Mac OS machine. So here, what I have that I have the Maven home here, and its view point to the folder, the location. So in this case, I put it in library Maven and the version. After that, I extend the path here. You can see the path equal the path value extend with Maven home, and you remember slash bins. Okay, slash bin, because it is where we will look up for the Maven executable file. Okay, so I just don't want to try to do it again because you just do similar like Java. You set up the Java home before. I show you how to do it on the Windows machine. You can do if you are on the Windows machine. You can do for Maven. Okay, so just point out what's the location for Maven, and then you extend the path to have the bin folder here, or you just need to input the whole location to the bin folder. That should be good. And if you on the Mac OS, so if you already set up the Java home, I think you probably know how to do similar for Maven home. Okay, so just in case you forgot how to do it, just go back to the very first lesson, the lesson number 1 here. I already said you how to set up environment, and I said you how to set up the Java environment as well. Okay, so after that, you need to make sure that your Maven is installed. It's not installed because actually we didn't install anything. So we need to make sure that our Maven is recognized on the terminal. So you can open the terminal, or on if you are on the Windows machine, you open the command prompt tool, and then you hit Maven. This is shorthand for Maven MVN. Okay, and then dash V enter. So if you get the Maven version printed out, so that means you set up correctly, okay? And then we are good to go. Okay, after that, we will create a new project. So you can see here, I already have a project here, but I would like to go with you step by step how to create a new project, okay? So now, if you open the IDE, so probably you view on this screen, okay, the IDE that we had before. So this is the project we had before, and now you click on the file, new project. So in this case, this time you will select the Maven project. By default, it's selected by default on the left side here. So you select the Maven project, and this is the SDK. So this is the version on your machine. So by default, if you get your Java, so in my case, this is my Java, okay? So after that, you just need to click on the next button. Don't select anything here, okay? Just select on next. So the name here is the name of the project, and try to expand the artifact coordinates here. So let's try to input something like basis Selenium, and we try to distinguish with the basic Selenium project that we already have. Okay, so it should be Maven. If I put Maven, this will be conflicts because I already have this project on my machine. Okay, so I just put Maven, but in your case you can put something like a little short Maven like this. Okay. So this is the Maven. So you can see here we have the artifact ID is automatically filled out from this value. So this is actually something like your project name, okay? And the group ID is something like related to your company domain. So in this case, what I want to do that I put something like comp at dashboard here. So you can leave it at default, but just my suggestion, you try to put your company domain here if you're working in the company, or can you put anything, okay? This is the format, okay? And then you hit the finish button here. So it will ask us to open this project in the same window. This window will be replaced or another. So let me try to open in the new windows. So probably I'm opening 3 windows here. Okay, here we go. After you created the new Maven project, it will automatically have a file with the name BOM here, and we can call it pom.xml file here. And what we have inside this is the group IDs, is the company domain, and we have the artifact ID at the project name here and the default version. So we will talk about the version later, but actually it doesn't matter if you are just using in the basic manual, okay? So after that, if we try to open the source here, the main here, the test here, so basically our automation test will go under the test folder. And for example, if you are working in a project, so a Java project, so your application project will go here. Okay, so what we want to do, we will add our test here under the test folder. But this is not the purpose of this lesson. This lesson, I just want to show you how to create the Maven project, and after that, we add the dependency. Okay, so basically, what we have here, we need to here. Let me try to find out project structure here. There are all the jar files that we used before, right? And basically, if we want to see the project, run like before, like we did for the previous lesson, we need to add all of the jar file information in the BOM file. But try to add just some basic things first, and then we can add the rest later. So I just want to add something. The first thing, let me try to open what I have here. So the first thing is very important here. That is the Selenium Java, the Selenium binding language for Java. So where you can find this information, okay? So basically the first start here, let me try to collapse it. Okay. The first start you can have in the BOM file, that's in the dependency tab. Okay, so if you go back here, this project, the first start is dependency here. Is already have some suggestion for us, very easy. So you need to put dependency, and you put one by one. So the first one, I want to go to the Maven repository. Just hit enter, okay? And what we want to search, we search the Selenium, enter. So you can see here the Selenium Java. Just click on it. So in this case, I want to use the stable version. So this should be the stable version. And you just need to click, and it will automatically copy all the information to the clipboard. And now if you go back to our project here, you just need to paste here. So you can see here, space here. And you can see this button. So you need to hit on that button. It's not necessary 100%, but I just want to make sure that after I input any new dependency, I want to have it updated here, okay? So there is something related to the Maven Sure file plugin or something like that. Just it's noise, it's not related so much, okay? We will work one by one, okay? So the second thing is, this is the one. How can we pronounce it? Something like Google or something like that. It's not directly dependency that we need, but somehow Selenium needs it. So that's why we need to use this one, okay? We need to copy this one. You can see com.google.server, okay? So you come back to the Maven repository here, and then you click here. So what did I use? I used the version 25. I think it's stable, the stable one. this is the one. Okay, just click here and then come back here, go to your project and then enter page here. So you can see basically we have two dependencies right now, one for Selenium Java and another one for Guava. Okay, and we need to run our testng test cases. So that means we need to have the testng. So you just put the testng here and then you hit the search button here, testng. I want to use a stable version, so this should be the stable version 7.4 here. Just click to copy. Then we go back to our project here, paste here. So we have three dependency and we need to run it. So this is the testng, but if you need to run it, so we have to install the Maven Surefire plugin, okay? Because this plugin will help us to run our test cases in the test cycle, okay? So we need to expand another task in our project. It is build, so it should be go under dependency here. Okay, enter, and then we will have the plugin, and we will use the first plugin. It should be Surefire plugin. So this is the first one. So basically we have two plugins, but let me try to copy this plugin first. So this is Maven Surefire plugin. So you can search on the here we have the Maven Surefire plugin. Enter. So there's some typo. So this is the one. Okay. So this is Maven Surefire plugin. Let me try to find out what is the stable version that I found out. So this is the version 3 and 5. This is the one. Okay, just click here and then go back here, paste here. So this is dependency or something wrong here. I don't think it's something related to dependency. Okay, it's just we need just group ID, artifact ID, and the version. That's all. Okay, just go back here. Try to, because this actually is not dependency, so just delete it. Okay, so let's try to format the code here, and we need to have another plugin related to compiler. So you need to use the compiler. In this case, I use the source Maven compiler here. You can see you can go to the Maven repository and then you copy. Okay, so let me try to search, and then you can see how we do it. Maven compiler, enter. It seems we missed something. Maven compiler plugin, we missed the plugin word at the end here. Okay, this is the one. Okay, so what did I use? I used 1.8. Is that the one? I don't think that's the one. Let's see what's inside. So this is Maven plugin API, not Maven compiler plugin. What's wrong here? So let me try to go back here, go back again. Oh, because I click on Maven plugin API, and what I'm looking for is this one. Let's try to search. We don't have anything on here. It's just so weird. Just so weird. I think we should have some information related to that. Okay, anyway, try to copy this one. Try to change the group ID, artifact ID. Okay, try to copy this one. Okay, let me try to go back, and then probably you will see how can I do. Okay, I push it here. So I need to change this one to, let me see, org.apache.maven.plugins. Here, this is the group ID, and the artifact ID is Maven. It's not sure file. it's not sure file. It should be something like compiler, right? Yeah, compiler plugin, and the version is 1.8. Something wrong here. Let's try to go here. Maven compiler. Oh, we missed the configuration here. Something related to this one. This one is not, not coming from repository. I'm still have some doubt, but anyway, just try to choose and the target. Okay, this is not a version. Configuration, choose and target. Okay. Okay. Anyway, let me try to. This is the configuration, and we have something like the choose here. 1.8. Let me try to duplicate, and we have the target here, 1.8. So this is not the artifact ID actually, so it should be something like, let me see. This is the plugin, group ID, artifact ID, right? Configuration, there's nothing wrong, but we got something like this one. Okay, just try to load the Maven changes again to make sure that we have everything is all set. I don't know why it's still raising this one. Let me try to take a look again clearly. This is the one, this is the blocking rate. Not found. org.apg.maven.plugin. What's it wrong here? org.apg.maven.plugin. The same, right? It should be the same. org.apg.maven.plugin. This is the group ID, and artifact IDs is Maven Compiler plugin. Maven Compiler. Oh, compiler got. This is typo, okay? And try to reload the Maven changes. So I think everything is now okay. So after you created a new Maven project, you need to have two tasks. The first one is the dependency, okay? So in the dependency, we just need to declare all of the information about related to dependency that we want to use in our project. And the second task is something related to the build. So we need some plugins. The first plugin related to the source file plugin that we need to run our test, okay? Because if we want to run the testng test cases, we need to have the source file plugin. And the second one's related to Maven Compiler plugin. So basically, we have plugin here, group ID, artifact ID, configuration. We put the source and the target here, okay, for the build. So this is, I think this is enough for this lesson. Try to create a Maven project yourself. And then in the next lesson, we will try to migrate all of the tests we already have here, so to the new project, and try to trigger the test scripts, okay? So try to explore. Bye for now, and see you in the next lesson.